Now this department is where we will use cards and paper printed carriers, we call them, so that you can buy those cards in a grocery store, convenience store. You've all seen them from time to time. This is where we put the card together with the printed paper material. The cards will load in one end, as will the carriers. They'll come down together. This is a vat that generates really hot glue. It'll drop a spot of glue on the paper, and the card will affix to that paper, and it'll come down through the end, and then we will wind up shrink wrapping for transportation down at this end. In the background here you'll see, which has nothing to do whatsoever with our card production, are our geothermal exchange units. Our whole building is heated and cooled with water temperature or ground temperature 4 feet below the surface of the ground. Out in our parking lot, we drilled 35 300-foot holes under our parking lot before paving our parking lot, and down in each one of those holes are 600 linear feet of pipe where we get our cool in the summertime and our warm in the wintertime out of the ground, and these boxes here are the ones that exchange that heat or that cool depending on the season. It's a very efficient way to heat and cool a building in a pretty hot climate in the summertime in Tennessee. Few people would think that we would consider this as important a department in the company that we do. But what a lot of people don't understand is that plastic cards are very, very heavy. And the carriers that we use to bring the cards from us to the merchants themselves typically don't really think about that, and they throw them around. They're fairly brutal, and that's why when a box of cards leaves our plant, it needs to be securely and properly packaged, and that's something we concentrate on and spend a lot of time and energy to make sure that we're doing a good job, so that by the time they leave us and they get to the merchant site itself, they're in as good a shape when they arrive as they were when they left. Now, another thing that we do in this department that's also what we think is critical and really differentiates us from a lot of the other people in the card industry is that we focus on what the merchant needs to do once they receive the cards. Seldom is a merchant told when they decide to roll out a gift card program that it's important that they really let their customers know that they have a gift card program as an offering. Most people don't understand it, but 70% of all gift card purchases that take place in America was an impulse decision on the part of the consumer. So, if the merchant have their cards locked away in a vault in their office or stuck in an office drawer somewhere, that consumer is not going to have an opportunity to make that impulse decision. They're going to go to a grocery store or a convenience store, and they're going to remember that birthday or that anniversary while there, and they're going to buy the cards there, when they actually love that place of business they were just in and they would have bought a gift card had that merchant given them the opportunity to think about it. Consequently, we sell a lot of support products, display stands, decals, things that will allow the merchant to spread their message throughout their place of business so the consumers can understand that they have a gift card program. Another thing that we focus on in that same product line is the total packaging. Seldom will a consumer go buy a gift card and give it away just as a plastic card. They're going to wrap it around something, whether that's a carrier, an envelope, or some sort of product that they bought at one of the large convenience stores or the large retailers that are out there in America. And so what we try to do is to get the merchant, when they're buying their cards from us, to go ahead and get the whole package. Buy the cards, buy the carriers, buy the display stands, and all the point of purchase materials that they will need to tell the story at point of sale.